Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 16. 5:20 American New York, Futu, Tiger to remove China trading apps amid regulatory pressure. The online brokerages earlier agreed to stop accepting new customers from mainland China.
Mirror World News.
May 16. 5:16 America New York. Dad branded demonic after spending £5,000 tattooing his whole body including eyeballs. Xander Snow, from Springfield, Missouri, has also been called a waste of air by strangers but, despite this, says he feels as confident as ever and knows how to embrace his look.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy.
May 16. 5:06 America New York. How energy prices will shape key House and Senate races in 2024. States with key congressional races on the ballot next year are among those with booming fossil fuel industries that generate billions of dollars in economic activity each year, providing an avenue for rising energy costs and President Biden's climate change policies to become top campaign issues.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 16. 5:06 America New York. China's demand for oil hits record as IEA raises global forecasts. The outlook highlights widening divide between booming demand in the developing world and lackluster requirements in Europe and North America, the International Energy Agency said.
Time.
May 16. 5 o'clock America New York. The man who wants to fix Britain. When Keir Starmer's namesake, the Scottish politician and trade unionist Keir Hardie, founded the British Labour Party in 1900, it wasn't to be a party of protest.
Washington Post World.
May 16. 5 o'clock America New York. Move over, U.S. dollar. China wants to make the yuan the global currency. Economic crises and Western sanctions against Russia are helping China realize its goal of turning the yuan into an international currency for trade deals.
Time.
May 16. 4:42 America New York. Amazon plans to add ChatGPT-style search to its online store. Amazon.com Inc. plans to bring ChatGPT-style product search to its web store, rivaling efforts by Microsoft Corp. And Google to weave generative artificial intelligence into their search engines.
New York Times World News.
May 16. 4:41 America New York. Belarus state media release a photo of Lukashenko amid ill health rumors. Alexander G. Lukashenko, a Kremlin ally, had not been shown since he attended events last week celebrating the Soviet Union's triumph over Nazi Germany in 1945. President Alexander G.
BBC News World.
May 16. 4:27 America New York. Dresden jewel theft. 5 men convicted of audacious 2019 heist. In 2019 the gang broke into a museum in Dresden and stole treasures worth €113 million, £98 million.
Mirror World News.
May 16. 4:07 America New York. Pensioner who filled in pothole blasts in justice, after being fined nearly £800. Claudio Trenta, 72, has said he will fight a fine of nearly £800 to the end after he was handed the punishment for filling in a pothole on a road in Lombardy, Italy.
RT World News. May 16. 4:04 America New York. Influence of Russian propaganda growing, EU official. People in some member states are siding with Moscow on Ukraine, Brussels transparency chief has warned.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 16. 4 o'clock America New York. Telecom Italia hit as CDP reportedly pulls bid. Telecom Italia shares fell after Bloomberg reported that Italian state lender CDP planned to pull out of the bidding process for the teleco's fixed network assets.
BBC News World.
May 16. 3:46 America New York. Watch scientists' joy as rare platypus is released back into the wild. A platypus has been reintroduced into an Australian national park, a 50-year first for the area.
Time. May 16. 3:44 America New York. Chinese LGBTQ center closes down abruptly amid Xi clampdown. A prominent LGBTQ+ center in China is closing down after 15 years, another sign of the tightening of space for sexual orientation-focused organizations under President Xi Jinping.
Washington Post World.
May 16. 3:43 America New York. Beijing LGBT Center closes its doors, a blow for diversity in China. The move coincided with a new milestone for same-sex couples in Taiwan. They can now adopt, and underscored the lack of progress on LGBTQ issues in China.
New York Times World News.
May 16. 3:32 America, New York. South Korea wants more babies, just not in these places. Hundreds of restaurants, museums, cafes and other public places in the country ban children from entering. One lawmaker is pushing to get rid of the policy. A "No Kids Allowed" sign on the door of a cafe in Seoul.
BBC News World.
May 16. 2:57 America, New York. Sun Jun-ho, South Korean football player detained in China, reports. Sun Jun-ho was taken at a Shanghai airport as he tried to leave the country, Korean media report.
Mirror World News.
May 16. 2:45 America, New York. Russia launches exceptional missile attack on Ukrainian capital Kyiv in bombardment. Moscow is enraged by the British supply of missiles, but Vladimir Putin's spokesman said it would not affect the course of the war, but will lead to retaliatory actions by the Russian Federation.
Fox News. May 16. 2 o'clock America, New York. AI may issue harsher punishments, severe judgments than humans. Study. Artificial intelligence systems are more harsh on people who violated hypothetical rules or policies than judgment calls from humans, a study from MIT researchers shows.
New York Times World News. May 16. 1:19 America, New York. Cambodia disqualifies main opposition party ahead of election. Prime Minister Hun Sen, whose grip on power has lasted 38 years, has said he wants his son to succeed him, laying the groundwork for a new political dynasty. Candlelight Party supporters during an election campaign in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, in 2022.
RT World News. May 16. 1:03 America, New York. NATO creeping into Asia, North Korea. The DPRK slammed Tokyo's plans to open the first Asia-based liaison office for the U.S.-led military bloc. Washington Post World.
May 16. 031 America, New York. Ukraine live briefing. Early morning attack on Kyiv injures 3. The Kyiv attack was exceptional in its intensity, the city military administration said, and included drones, cruise missiles and possibly ballistic missiles.